Last week, the market suffered its worst week since the 2008 financial crisis. Also, it's being rumored that between 2 million and 4 million people may have lost their jobs. A truly unprecedented number. But we've been speaking with people from around the country over the weekend, and everybody is in agreement. We're all committed to beating what President Trump is calling the invisible enemy. Now, our circumstances may have changed, as we're in Pennsylvania, and Governor Wolf has closed down physical locations for all non-life-sustaining businesses. But our commitment remains the same. We're here to provide you with up-to-the-date market information, as well as answering any questions that you may have. Now in this week's video, we're going to cover what happened in the markets last week with the S&P 500, as well as some news stories that broke over the weekend regarding the stimulus package and the Fed. Not only was last week the worst week we've seen from the market since 2008, this is also the fastest 30% sell-off that we've seen since the Great Depression. And last week's returns had the S&P 500 down almost 15%, the NASDAQ was down over 12.5%, the Russell was down 16.2%. Now year to date, the Russell is down by far the most, almost 40% for the year. Going on to foreign and emerging, foreign stocks were down 11%, and emerging markets were down a little over 13%. And foreign stocks are down over 30% as well as emerging.
Mike Tedeschi, Wealth Management Advisor with Perspective Wealth Planning, with this week's chart breakdown. What we're looking at right here is a chart of the S&P 500, and each candle represents 1 month. This is a monthly chart that goes all the way back 20 years, and the reason we're taking such a big picture look is because the size of the move that we subsequently have had here over the last month. As you can see, biggest down monthly candle in the last 20 years. We're looking at a couple of areas of support here to the downside. The first of which was the breakout level in 2016. That's about that 2150 zone on the S&P. If that doesn't hold, the next area of support goes back to the lows from 2016, 2015, and also the important low from 2014. So it's a very important level on the charts, and that's about 1800. Underneath of that, we're looking at the 10-year breakout level from 2000, 2007, and that took place back in the beginning of 2013, and that would be that 1540 level. So those are the three major levels that we're watching here to the downside on the S&P. The other chart that I wanted to take a look at on a monthly time frame was that of oil prices, as we have seen an extremely large move to the downside. At the beginning of the year, oil was trading at almost $66 a barrel. It is now trading at $22, and it got as low as $20.50. which is the lowest price that we have seen in about 18 years. The lowest price that we've seen in the last 20 years is back at $17.12, and that was from back in 2001. This grayed out box that we have here between 27 and 17 is that major 20-year support level that we are very closely watching right here. A move underneath of that would give us prices that we haven't seen in over 20 years.
Now, the first news story that I wanted to cover is just some updated information on the coronavirus. Now, currently here in the United States, we have over 35,000 reported cases, 458 deaths, and a majority of those cases are now located in the state of New York. And actually, they're sitting right around 17,000 cases being reported. The total number of worldwide cases is sitting right over 350,000. Now, we also started to get a little bit of good news out of Italy and China over the weekend, as some areas are reporting no new cases of coronavirus. Also, it seems like manufacturing is getting back online in mainland China. Now, here in the US, we have our coronavirus task force, and they have a press conference every day around noon. And they update the American people as to what the federal government is doing to help combat the coronavirus, as well as what they're doing about getting medical supplies in the hands of people that need them. Over the weekend, during the press conferences, President Trump is citing a study out of France that shows that when you combine two different drugs that are already approved here in the United States, that the effective rate of treatment against the coronavirus is almost 100%. So we are holding out hope that the clinical trials go well here in the United States and that this treatment can get us back to normal sooner than later. Now, also over the weekend, the Senate put to vote the bill that was passed in the House for financial stimulus due to the coronavirus. And in typical political fashion, the Senate voted not to pass the bill. The vote was 47 to 47, and it needed 60 votes to pass. Now, it's being rumored that this bill was full of $1.8 trillion of financial stimulus to help the economy out, including $3,000 to households as a direct payment to Americans. Thanks for watching, and if you like our content, please share our video. Hopefully this week we'll get some good news in regards to a coronavirus treatment, and also the political sides can come together and actually pass this financial stimulus bill.